Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Aaron Touchstone. In today's video, we just got all of the packages in for a new sim racing cockpit. This is the Trak Racer TR40S, and if you're new to my channel, you've probably seen my most popular video, the best budget sim racing cockpit, and that was the cockpit that I'm currently using, and that is the Marada sim racing cockpit. That thing cost around $500 on Amazon, and it did its job really well. I came from a wheel stand and I needed an upgrade badly, and it solved all of the problems that I needed. However, now that I'm getting to the point where it's time to do like the better upgrades, where you're getting better seats and no flex on the pedals. I've noticed a little bit of flex on the pedals, and the seat is the weakest point of the Marada sim racing cockpit. It does have flex as well, so when you try to mash on the pedals, your seat actually moves back a little bit as well, and this is going to solve all of those issues, and that is something that I'm very excited for. So we are moving away from the lowest aluminum cockpit that you can buy, and we're stepping up our game just a little bit more. So if you're interested in looking into one of the TR40S's, I'm leaving a link in the description below, because this cockpit is so nice with all the upgrades that you can buy for it, and there's so many different ways to customize these. So once again, go check out TR40S. The link is in the description below. And yeah, so in this video, we are not going to be doing a full like building process type of video. This is going to be me just giving you some highlights throughout the build, and then also we are going to be doing a review once we get everything built and kind of put together and actually driving on it. So stay tuned to the end of the video for that. Let's get right into this build. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Aaron Touchstone. In today's video, we just got in a few packages from Trak Racer. This is the TR40S from Trak Racer. In today's video, we are going to be putting that together, and we're going to be doing a review of this sim racing cockpit when we get it fully built. Now, with that being said, I am going to show you guys a few highlights of us building the cockpit, and also I'm super excited to see this seat, because it is the biggest upgrade from the current cockpit that I currently am using, and that is the Marada sim racing cockpit. The weaknesses and why I'm honestly making this upgrade to the TR40S is because of the seat on the Marada sim racing cockpit, and there is a tiny bit of flex on the load cell pedals. So I am making this upgrade because honestly, I think it's time. This is one of those cockpits where once you buy it, you don't really ever have to buy another cockpit again, and that is what I'm excited for. So basically what we're doing is kind of upgrading from the best budget to, yes, this is still Trak Racer's most budget-friendly sim racing cockpit, but it is going to be slightly better. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to check out Trak Racer. I left their link down in the description below, and let's get right into this build. I want to see this seat. That is the first thing we're about to unbox. Gotta be very careful not to cut the seat here. I'm gonna pull this thing straight out the side of the box. Oh my goodness. We have it. Holy moly. This is part of the reason why I wanted this in the first place, is for this seat. This is going to be sick. Bucket seat, are you kidding me? If you are thinking about getting a sim racing cockpit, maybe you're driving on a wheel stand right now and you're curious to know, is it actually that nice? Let me tell you, it is that nice. I cannot believe that we have a full bucket seat right here. This is crazy to me. Right now, the Marada sim racing cockpit is more of like a traditional car seat, and don't get me wrong, it's nice that you can slide it back and forth, but man, climbing in to an actual bucket seat. Okay, first impression, the seat itself, I mean, immediately feels more sturdy. And then I don't know what it is about having the actual bucket seat, but having it come around to like your peripheral vision is also very cool. How sturdy it is, and immediately this little butt rest that they have is much more comfy than the Marada's cockpit, and this is crazy. If you're trying to upgrade your sim racing cockpit and you're thinking, man, one day I'll have one of these things, keep working towards it, because it is going to be so sick when you get it, because I cannot believe I'm actually sitting here in a bucket seat. The bad news is we have to lock in and we have to build the sim racing cockpit before we can really sit in this and enjoy it. And that's probably gonna take 4 to 6 hours, but this is just my reaction of this bucket seat. Holy crap. It is so cool. Let's turn it to the side so y'all can see it. On the side, they have a nice little back end here as well. It looks like we can take out the plastic. A nice smooth back end. Not much to this at all. It's just a nice hard cover, which is quite nice, but man, this thing is sick. Just for some specs for you guys, if you're thinking, can my wheel hold this? Will it, have little flex? If I ended up buying this, just to let you know what I'm currently using on my sim setup, I have a SimMagic Alpha Evo, so that's the 12 Newton meter one. And then I also have the Moza CRP2 load cell pedals. I'll link both of those in the description below. Those are both very, very good equipment and enough to make pretty much a weak sim rig flex quite a bit. And that is what we're trying to avoid. Here we are, a nice little update for you. We have everything unboxed. So now here comes the building process. Immediately doing a quick update for you. All of the TR40S, the entire instruction manual is online. So just a heads up there, if you are getting in your Trak Racer or your TR40S, make sure that you have your phone charged so you can at least be able to pull up the notes or have something where you can leave this up at all times. So I like to give updates as quickly as possible. If you are building this out, make sure that you also have a tape measure on hand. This one does not come with a tape measure like the Marada sim racing cockpit, but just make sure you have one of these on hand, because you do have to measure out which one, because you do not want to put one of these in the wrong places, because that means you have to uninstall potentially the entire rig. So just make sure you get everything right the first time. Don't skip any steps. It is finally complete, and my room is an absolute disaster. If you have ever built one of these, you will know that you are looking at, to get it fully kind of how you want it, you're probably looking at about 6 to, if you're not handy, 10 hours of work trying to dial things in. And I'm going to go over why it took so long, because it was probably borderline 8 to 10 hour mark for me, because I ran into a couple of issues. I want to talk about that, and then we're going to do a quick little lap around Long Beach and just kind of see how the base. I've drove one lap around Long Beach. The base is honestly not flexing much at all. I'm going to set up this camera right on the base here so you can see how much it's flexing during the drive. But just to go over a few things, the SimMagic Alpha Evo, and I don't know, this is just speaking maybe on SimMagic more than the base itself, and excuse my cable management, it's looking quite nice right there. But setting this whole thing up, I did not get the sliding base here, so you can see that the seat is pretty much almost hanging off the edge there. I had to do that to be able to get room away from this SimMagic base, because you can see this SimMagic base is very long. If you're racing on like Fanatec or something, you shouldn't be dealing with as long of a base as I am. I had to basically take our little mount here, and this is the mount for the actual old SimMagic setup, and move it as far back as I could. So basically the back of the base is hanging off, but I got it on there. Same thing with the pedals down here. Focus, there we go. There's actually, that is the Moza pedal plate. You can see the flooring right in here. Oop, my finger is trying to focus on my finger, but this whole empty spot, there's supposed to be another beam in there. However, the Moza CRP2 pedals didn't align with that at all. Ended up getting that to work, so just changed a few things, and then something that I guess is for gear shifters and stuff. I'm going to get rid of this. This is just an extra pole that is there. It's absolutely pointless for me at the moment, but I think it's for gear shifters. But I'm going to get rid of it so it's much easier to get into the cockpit. But overall, as far as the build process goes, it is still, just putting together a sim rig takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. But let's get into driving. Let's try and enjoy this thing. I will say something that's quite a bit different is how high the steering wheel is. And we'll go over that once I get into the car. But let's do a couple laps. So here we are about to drive on Long Beach. We got the recording of the steering wheel behind us. Hopefully it doesn't lose focus, but we'll see. First impressions. Comparing this to the Marada sim racing cockpit, as this is the only thing that I can compare it to. My hands are way up here. That is the biggest difference. Typically, my hands would be, honestly, probably in this area with my steering wheel, would be where my thumbs are at, I think. So that's the biggest difference for sure. I almost think that I might be lowering this bar down just a touch. I think might actually benefit me, but that is a change for another day because I have spent hours adjusting this thing, and that is something that you really can't see until you actually start driving. But it is very interesting. I do feel like the base seems pretty sturdy, just kind of moving everything back and forth a little bit here. I do believe the sim rig is touching my desk a bit, so it's causing my monitor to shake. Which is something that I can also adjust, so that's no big deal. But let's drive a little bit and see how it feels like. Definitely got to drop the base or the wheel down a little bit. It is high, and not that it's not super uncomfortable. That is just a small adjustment that you can make, so no part of the rig there. Big bumps, that'll show if we're going to get any flex. I have on the Alpha Evo base, so 12 Newton meters on this TR40S, so if it's going to flex, it should flex now. And then also, I don't know what I said also for. I thought I had something, but I also have not drove this track much at all, so excuse me for my pace and potentially bad lines. I want to know if you are driving or interested in this. Are you currently on iRacing? Because I am currently on iRacing and a 2600 iRating myself. So I'm curious to know what kind of iRating y'all are at if you are watching this video. I definitely have to move my desk a bit. I'm shaking my entire desk and I can see it. A little bit distracting because I just haven't seen that before with my whole cockpit, but I just got to move things around a little bit. But overall, everything feels pretty solid right now. I am liking this. I think the bucket seats, I guess, is where I need to talk about the most. The bucket seat is interesting right now because I was previously in like a traditional car seat, I would say, is what the Marada has. And it's definitely more built for like comfort, relaxing. However, I do feel like I feel more like I'm in a race car right now, for sure. For long stints, maybe not near as comfy. But as far as like butt comfort goes, butt comfort is there. It's got a nice pad on the seat, which is very nice. And the seat also on the back of it looks very, very good. If I remember, I'll show you the back of the seat. It looks very, very nice. And honestly, I think it'd be cool to put like, I saw some people putting stickers and stuff on it before. So I think that'd be really cool to do at the end of the day. But we'll see. Golly, this Long Beach turn's kind of uncomfortable. I think, yeah, we'll definitely have to drop this down a bit, which is no problem at all. That's just gonna be adjusting a couple of screws, but overall everything feels really good. Everything feels really solid. I am on load cell pedals. Don't feel any pedal flex at all. So that is another benefit for sure. People have complained about the weakness of the middle part of this rig. Right now, once again, I mean, I'm not really feeling anything. And just to confirm, so you can see it in my black box on the right, make sure nobody's behind me. So y'all can see that I am running 12 Newton meters of force right now. You can see it in the bottom right there. So that is a positive. So whatever flex you're seeing, this is a full 12 Newton meters. So I think it's performing quite well as far as the actual rig goes. Not noticing much flex at all. If you're seeing movement, I really think that it might be the desk and the monitor more than anything. But man, this is really nice. I am really enjoying this. I'm gonna be doing a long-term review as well, just because, once again, this is literally the first 3 laps I've ever done in this sim rig, and obviously it's gonna take a lot of time to get used to. May as well just throw it for a little spin because it's the end of the session anyways. But here it is, the TR40S. I would say overall the building process could be a bit better. I think they could have labeled things a little bit better and just made some, there's a couple of things, like I was missing some bolts. Luckily I had some just kind of laying around. I've heard that if you are missing any, Trak Racer is very responsive, so they'll get those to you if you are missing any. Yeah, overall I would recommend it. I'm gonna put a link in the bio or a link in the description down below so you can check it out. And yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. If you have any questions about the rig or anything like that, let me know down in the comments, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.